Hello YouTube, it's Alyssa / Lemonade again. Today I thought I'd do something different. I've been talking about doing them for a while, but I'm going to do a deck review or like deck profile for one of the decks I run. It's actually Kancolle English, which everyone's Kancolle English, everyone knows it, but I just made my deck out of pulls I had, and I don't have anything from set 1, so it's a little dinky because, like, obviously the whole OP build is the set 1 Musashi with Belfier or Hibiki or whatever it is, and then a bit of set 2 just for extra card draw and stuff, and like compass builds and stuff. It's all that stuff, which I don't have any of, so yeah, this is entirely just off set 2 pulls that I've done. I haven't bought singles, I haven't done any of that. So there's also weird ratios to some of my cards I run, but this deck's actually done very well for me. At my last weekly, only 5 people showed up, which wasn't much, but I managed to come in second. We did like round robin, so I mean that's not bad. I have never taken first with this, but I definitely don't just lose every game with it. I have taken first with my old deck, but I don't have that anymore, and I'll be right back. There's a spider crawling on my ground I need to get rid of. Okay, I'm back, sorry about that. Pulse alarm was a spider. It's like a cricket, like a small little one that wasn't large yet, but I'm very glad I took the time to get rid of it because that would have been super annoying at night. So, yeah. I think it was a cricket. I honestly don't know what it was. Anyways, back to the deck profile. So this is a red-blue Kancolle set 2 only deck. I will be getting the extra boosters when they come out, and we'll modify this deck. I'm actually thinking of rebuilding it right now to a blue-red anyways, or maybe even yellow-red. I'm not sure. I like rebuilding my decks a bunch to keep trying new things. So yeah, just what I have right now. I guess I'll start with like the level 0s. I have 4 focus. This always hates focusing with sleeves. But 10th Ayanami class Destroyer Usho Kai. This is level 00 green shift. That also is like a clock kicker reverse for level 0s. The clock point is like doesn't really make sense for a level 0, but you can do some stuff. When the card becomes reversed, if this card's battle opponent's level 0 or lower, you can put the top card of your opponent's clock into your opponent's waiting room. If you do, put that character into your opponent's clock. It's pretty useful as just like a level 0 suicider, but it's really interesting in how it kicks to clock, and sometimes you can actually like keep kicking. If you're lucky, you can like mono their color in their clock, which is really hard to do. I don't think you have a very good chance at it, but yeah, like I think once it happened because like one guy, his 6th card was it was one color and everything else was the other, and I kicked one of the other color into it and kicked out his other thing, and he went monocolor, which it didn't cause any problems for him because that color was what he was going to level with anyways. But it's just interesting how there is that chance. That's the only real reason I can see having like the clock kick, or unless if you have like a card that gives other cards some sort of encore, because there's not really a big reason to have like a clock kicker at level 0. There's not many level 0 encore cards. There's none that I think I've ever faced, so yeah, I just use it as like the level 0 kicker. Plus the shift is useful if you want to like get a different card in and get this out because you don't have anything playable and you want more level 0s. So yeah, I run 4 of those, and then I run, of course, it's really funny because this is a $2 common, which is ridiculous, and then there's the Wintermoon Moment Akatsuki I run 3 of because I only had 3 at the time of making this deck. I have recently bought a 4th, and there's a card I'm going to replace with an Akatsuki, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, this is like the $8 or whatever uncommon that's the super meta set 2 card that everyone wants. You put card from hand into weighing room, and this card is placed on stage from your hand. You may pay the cost. If you do, look up to 4 cards of your top deck, choose one Fleet Girl character from among them, reveal it, put in hand, put the rest for waiting room. So it's just a really good way to mill through your deck fast, get cards, or more cards if you need them. Just basically one of the best level 0s you can have from set 2, so like, you really want 4, I only have 3. Well, I have 4 now, which again I'll talk about. I'm just gonna move these off because I don't actually have room to keep them all in view. But so, oh geez, I hit my camera. Oh geez, I hit it again. So I run 4 of the 5th Shiratsuyu class Yusura Harusame, which is just the plus 500 power assist in front, just so I have an assister. And then it has a way to get drum and transports and stuff, but I don't run those, so the auto isn't really, it's a non-point in this deck at all, so it's just like regular 500 support. That's mainly what I use that for. Next, I have one of these, and this is the card I'm going to be replacing for my 4th Akatsuki. When a climax is placed in your climax area, this card gets 1500 power until end of turn, which, I mean, it's okay. You're 2k level 0, which isn't very good, and the fact that you need climaxes to beat most, like, vanilla level 0s or anything, it's kind of a detriment. The auto is good, though, where you pay 1, put a card into your hand, and you can search when attack. So it's like, you can, if like you draw this, just suicide it, or even side attack, because like side attacks level 0 aren't bad. It's gonna get killed after 1 turn probably, but you can, as long as it's not your first turn, you can go search for cards. So level 0, it is decent to like search out an Akatsuki and get some more cards out. That's about all I really use it for. Yeah, and that's my level 0s. On to level 1s. I run 4 of the first Hatsuhara class Yusura Hatsuhara Kaini. When this card's developed, opponent becomes reversed, choose one of your opponent's characters and set a stage. That character gets minus 1000 power until end of turn. So these I really like level 1, especially if you get level 1 0, or level 1 early, or the other team has some weaker level 1s around and you start getting higher assists out or climax combos, because like it's really good if they have like a mix of level 0s and 1s that you can take out some level 0s and then decrease maybe a beater or something. They might have level 1 or even a level 2 if you have a climax combo, and knock out some level 1s and reduce their level 2 so it's easier to take them out. So I just really like the fact that you can effectively reduce a card if you have multiple of these out by 2k, or 2 different ones by 1k before the final attack. So I do like that. 5k isn't too bad for level 1 0 cost. I also mainly run 0 cost level 1s because I'll get to that in a second. I want to build as much stock as possible though, and I don't actually run too many level 1s. I run 4 of these. I run 2 of these, just the newly constructed repair ship Kashi, global 500 power to Fleet Girls, which is really useful, and then you can pay 2 and rest to search your deck for a Fleet Girl character. So if you're really desperate for one, you can use this instead of this, because this is, you kind of have to suicide, but this is, it costs stock, which is partly why I want to like build as much as possible, but then you don't have to use it. It's kind of more for when you need it, and the global 500's pretty useful. I also run 2 resupply vessel Tagais. I'd probably run more if I had more, but I don't, because again, this is all just off stuff I've pulled. all my decks are, so you'll get weird deck profiles like this. So this card gains plus 500 for each of your other Fleet Girl characters. You can get up to 6,500. I just use it as like a no cost level 1 beater. It's not too bad. And that's all. Well, actually, not all my level 1. I also have food supply ship Iriko. I run 2 of them. You just play it, choose give a Fleet Girl character an opponent, and if they reverse a Bell opponent, you draw a card. So it's just a way to get more hand. So that's my level 1. And level 2, I should get to the right card so I can talk about why I have all the 0 cost level 1s. So this is the first real card I'll be getting out with costs. I have 3 of them. It's first Miyoko class heavy cruiser Miyoko Kaini. This is the one that if you have 4 more cards or Fleet Girl characters, this card gets -1 level in hand, and if you have 2 assists or more, this card gets hand encore. So I actually really like this card. I run 3 of it because I only have 3 again. But the reason I run like all 0 cost level 1s and 0s is so that with like Akatsuki and stuff and Iriko and milling through my deck, I will most likely be able to build up enough stock to start getting 2 costs out. And then also I will hopefully be able, I just dropped a bunch, 2 at level 1, have enough levels, like, or have enough cards in my hand that if my board is wiped, I can get down, because I'll still have my back row, which will hopefully be 2 of the assists, so this gets the encore. I can drop 2 like no cost level 1s or 0s, and then just drop this for 2 costs at level 1. 2 soul, 7,500, which is pretty good for early. It's especially good if they're still level 0 and you're level 1, or even if they're level 1, because once you get it out, if you have the encore going, it's a little tough to deal with. When they're still level 1s, you can kind of build up your board around it. You can always then the next turn play over a different one of your cards and have 2 out at level 1, stuff like that. Or even play over and like just get 3, right? So it's actually a really good way to get extra damage out early. That's mainly what I run it for. I run 2 Ryuho class light aircraft carrier Ryuho Kais for my backups. The reason I only run 2 backups we'll get into later, but top 3 cards of your deck into waiting room, so there's a mill with it. 3k backup at level 2, pay 1, hand to waiting room. Pretty standard. This is actually why I only run 2 backups. So I run 2 4th Miyoko class heavy cruiser Haguro Kainis. It has a climax combo, which I run 2 of the climax in. If this card is in your set stage, search your deck for a Fleet Girl character, reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand shelf for your deck, so you can get more cards that way, which is useful. And then the auto effect, which is why I only run 2 backups, is when another of your Fleet Girl characters is frontal attacked, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your characters in battle, and that character gets plus 3k power until end of turn. So I can't, and the cost is putting this in waiting room. So if this is just wherever it's already dealt its attack, it hasn't been killed or whatever, and they're going after like a different card, I can just send this to waiting room, give 3k power. So it's like an assist. I've actually ran it back row sometimes if I'm like really struggling, and used it as an assist that way, and it's worked well. And they run 2 Ryuho class light aircraft carriers Ryuho. They are the level assist, and then you can pay 1 if they have a climax combo, which I don't think I run the climax with. I'm just gonna check. No, I don't. Okay. So yeah, that doesn't matter, but just level assist. Pretty basic. I run 2 flares. Flare's actually pretty nice. It can help you get over cards you can't usually, and deal with someone who maybe changes out an early level 3. Yeah, I need water. the number of Fleet Girl characters you have is too less, this can't be played, whatever, but you look up the 2 cards of your deck, put them on the top deck in the original order so you can see what you have, and all of your characters get plus 1k power until end of turn, and all of your opponent's characters get minus 1000. So it's like a 2k change in power difference, which is really useful, as I said, for getting over those level 3s that can sometimes get out early. And then I also run 2 wedding tentatives. It's you just put into memory, cost 1, and then in the middle position of center stage, your Fleet Girl character gets 2k, so I can effectively give them like a permanent plus 4k if I get both, which isn't bad. For level 3s, I run 2 Kagas, 500 for other Fleet Girl characters, so I can go to 11,500, not bad. And then I really like it because when you place it on stage, you can take a Fleet Girl character from the clock and put it in any position on stage, and then put top card of your deck into your clock. So I've a lot of the time had games come down to where I only have 2 stock left. So I'll clock a level 2, or I'll clock a 2 stock like level 3 somewhere, and then I'll play this and I can just pull it back out after clocking at the beginning of turn. So you can get another level 3 out with no cost that way, which is really useful. So I really like that card. I run 2 Akagis, but they are not set 1 Akagis, they're trial deck Akagis. So they get plus 1k, so you can get up to 11k if you have 2 or more Fleet Girl characters, so just back row. And then when it's placed on stage from hand, look up the top 3 cards, choose 1 from among them, put it into hand, put the rest to waiting room. So just some mill and extra draw. Then I run 2 Nagatos. I very rarely get the plus 1,500 power from 4 cards in hand, but when it's placed on stage, you can draw 2 cards, choose a card, discard, so more draw. And when it becomes reverse in battle, it goes to memory, which is kind of weird, but it's not too bad. I should probably swap them out for more Nagatos, but I like them being kind of beaters. You can get to 12k just from the fact that when others attack, you get 1k power, which isn't bad. And it heals when it attacks. So I only have the 1 in this deck. And then for climaxes, I have 1 light aircraft carrier Ryujo, Hangout. So 1k power, 1 soul, gold bar. And then I also have Kagi first division from the trial deck, 1k power, 1 soul, because I only had 1 of these, and then I put this in, and I was too lazy to find the other. I'm not using them for climax combos, I just use them because I like the gold bar ability and the 1k power 1 soul, so just randomly 1 of each. I have 2 Ayanami will protect you, so just regular plus 2 soul. Good for rushing. I know some people hate it, think it's newbie, but it's won me a lot of games, so I'm not going to complain. 1k power 1 soul book. Draw a card, attack first, head out now. And then finally, the Hugger of the 5th Squad heading out, 1k, 1 soul, and pants. And this is the one that climax combos with the other one that lets you find a card, the Haguro level 2 cost 1 I was talking about. So that is my deck. That's my deck I use the most. It's pretty standard, there's nothing too special about it. It's just kind of like dinky, try to make best of what I have, but I mean it's worked for me really well, so I'm not going to complain. There's obviously a lot of room for improvement, but yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'll hopefully come to you with more of these low budget pull decks that most of the time are really dinky and some don't make sense, like my old blue-red rush deck that was a mess that I somehow won a tournament with. But I don't actually remember the card list I had for that, but oh well. So yeah, if you like Weiss Schwarz, I'll be posting more videos in the future. I do unboxings, and then I'll also be posting Pokemon and some other card games as well, so if you want to see more, hit that subscribe. If not, have a great day.